Hello, this is Amarjot Singh, and I enjoy answering questions about visas in Canada and also in US, where I had some experience in doing some applications early part of my life. Let me just read the question. I've got this question by email, and I will read it, and then I'll try to answer these questions. So we have an Australian citizen in US. Australian nationality, as you know, is a part of visa waiver nations. They don't require a visa to go to US for up to 90 days for a short term, like a tourism visit. They require only a ESTA. ESTA is a fast track system by which they can go, just like other countries, visa waiver countries, they can go to US and then visit or do some short term, whatever purpose they are on, and then return. But if they have to study, they have to apply for study F1 visa. So anyway, the question is that they were trying to look for I'm just going to read on the screen. They were trying to get a job offer, but the job offer was not forthcoming. If they had a job offer, they could have applied for an E3 visa. But and he was an engineer, he is an engineer, and since he cannot get the job offer, he's unable to get the E3 visa. And now they have decided, the applicant has decided to enroll into a study program or postgraduate program, which will enable him to get a F1 visa, and he can stay in US for some time, maybe 1 year or 2 years, whatever the length of the program is. Now, since the ESTA, which under visa waiver program does not allow change of status, can he come to Canada from US? So he comes from US to Canada, and then how can he get the student visa from Canada if he comes on Australian passport to Canada? So this is a question. So we will unravel some mysteries on the question and try to form a concrete legal solution to this problem. The first thing which I need to know is that if he has never been to Canada, if he will possibly face some problems in coming to Canada. Sometimes even on Australian passport or any other travel exempt visitor countries to Canada, sometimes if you have some kind of inadmissibility or any other immigration problem in the past, you will face problems in coming to Canada, because the CBSA will ask you, why are you here, and what is your purpose, and blah blah blah. Those things will be asked because he's coming from US. He has spent a few months, 2 months in US, and now he's coming to Canada. They will ask him, why are you coming to Canada? What is your purpose? Where are you going? Where will you stay? How much money you have? And other normal things. So that is the challenge number one. You got to be able to satisfy the Canadian Border Security Agency that you are coming for legitimate purpose in Canada. So that's number one challenge. Number two, let us assume that he gets an entry for 6 months or 90 days, depending on how the CBSA officer is satisfied. Now, to apply for the US visa, they have to make an appointment at the US embassy in either Vancouver or Calgary, wherever he's going to, or Toronto. You have to make an appointment. That appointment is made online. You have to pay the fees and then pay the $160. The US visa, I think it's, I'm not sure how much is a student visa in F1 visa fees now. They have to pay the fees, and they have to take an appointment, and then they have to attend an interview with the US visa officer in any of the consulates. So there are two derivative challenges here. Number one, how soon can he get an appointment? We do not know. How soon can he, maybe it's a few weeks or a few days, or maybe sometimes a couple of months. So that's another challenge. When is the appointment available? The second challenge is when he goes to the US visa interview, how will he explain that what his original purpose of coming to US was? Because earlier he came on an ESTA entry in US. He lived there for 2 months or so, and then now coming to Canada, he's applying for F1 visa. My question would be, why is he not going back to Australia to apply for F1 visa? Why did he come to Canada just for the purpose of applying for the visa from here? It is clear to the visa officer now that he has little intent to go to Australia, because he has already shown that from US he went to Canada, and from Canada he's again reapplying to go to US for a longer duration, which is like 1 year or 2 year, depending on the study. So it is apparent to the visa officer that his intent to go to Australia is weak. Number three, that the visa officer will also want to know what are his ties to Australia. Does he have a job there? Does he have money to pay for the tuition fees for the college? What will impel him to return to Australia after the study is over? So here he has to be satisfied. I mean, if it looks like to him that his intention is to actually live here longer than the duration of the study, like maybe apply for green card or look for a job, then it will diminish his chances of getting the study visa, the F1 visa at the US consulate in Canada. If he went to Australia, I would have preferred that if he returned to Australia and applied from the US embassy in Sydney or Canberra, wherever the US embassy is, if he has a better chances of getting the F1 visa instead of applying from Canada. But since I guess he wants to save money, perhaps, or maybe not, also maybe not want to get out of North America, I guess that's the better way to put it. So he wants to try his chance in Canada. So he will face some challenges, but it's not impossible to get the F1 visa. People have got the visa in the past, and he will likely get it, but he has to be prepared for those challenges. So that's my answer to this question, and I hope everything works out well for him. Thank you very much. If ever you have any question for any US, not like US, I'm licensed to practice law in Canada, not in US, by the way. I'm just responding through my general exposure to what the problems have been in US. But I'm licensed to provide advice in Canada. So if you have a similar question about a Canadian visa or a immigration problem, entry or exit or anything, so you're always welcome to send me an email, and then we can talk, and then we can go from there. All right. I've already got somebody calling on Skype, so I'll talk to you later, and I hope this you get an answer to your question, the person who asked the question. All right. Thank you.